nonsia me my chefo nyina dwo ema makwa abide ba XTV anwumre nonsia kase so ene eyo foriso busum ni de tosenum e wa fimpimie ni aduonu no emo kase boy efrin crampo ni mantemu dia eye Pokwase Festus Adum Plaza building ni mo ene ye hye Samsung sa wo piemu e wa Barefoot tintan kase ne so dia Facebook eye XTVG Samsung ena YouTube eye XTV Ghana insema hodo amede bro ena nwumre edoso yan kasa na poso ne bi ene say Ghana man pani na adodan kwa akofo ado wo piemu e wo BBC na numu wakwa kasa e dia fa 11 ne ho e dia asem ene wo kan e de fa ho emu kiremo obete e wo kase eso na e won sam fufuru mo nso no wo bete se oswafo wo no ene hwe enkrasim putuo ne kanko eso wono so dia atodwa se wahye eye MMDC se wo mo hwe se mrahodo a ebe ye adwuma se na be ya wona wo mo ye nwura egu bia ye basa no samra no eni won bedi se na se fata ankasa emu kiremo obete e wakase eso agudie mu nsem eka ho bia mrepemu eno nso obete e wakase eso esem bi kan we hu na mede bra se nyimre no nsia kase abrame oba pa me bisa kosi atemide kase ebrewo ma metwa me hu mba na mfa kase bui emu chechemu ankasa emfam Nana adodan kwa ekufu ado abone homadian kwa kopiemo e wo British Broadcast Corporation nenomo enna woni nsentreni ba kwa wagidin pa openi Peter woni no ehwetwe komo bisa ne se wono akasa ehu yese imre bi etwemu na Ghana yese kasem ejane nanso papa ba ne se enna se etimi agiegusa afensu no adanti enna wo pese wogi eto edi free ehiafo mobro wafo a womo wo omanu emu Ghana mampeni na adodan kwa kofado edi anu ye ema no ekiremu se aban wei wabone homodin papa na nhihye ahodo a wode ato apono so no eye nhihye betimi aboa ma Ghana yesika sem esanso ejira ne nanso bio na wo kiremu se nipa bie ni wiase mu a wope eto etua se eto kase se eto ketoa se dantem no obie ni ho a wope eto etua intil kwan obefa so wetimi de agi eto edi afriga na ni mabebia ho no eno ho hyehye na wodi aba eno eye 11 no ye nkone ekohye.
But if I look at the Ghanaian economy at the moment, you know, it's doing, I mean, let's just be honest, it's doing terribly.
Not terribly.
Well, your inflation in your country, inflation in Ghana.
I don't know the economy in the world that's doing well. Tell me where you are here.
Inflation in Ghana.
The highest inflation.
Well, 15.7%. The Ghanaian cedi has fallen 20% on the dollar. The worst after Russia, which has a lot of sanctions against it.
It's began to firm up. It has begun to firm up, and we're seeing the cedi systematically appreciating against the dollar.
People still can't employ. You know, I was just reading today. You know, people in the hospitality industry that you're pushing so hard. You know, having to lay their staff off. We've got taxi driver unions threatening strikes because of spiraling fuel costs. I mean, it doesn't look like a place that I want to go and put my money.
Where will you put your money in the world today? Where will you put your money? In Britain, which is suffering the worst standard of living statistics for over 30 years? Is it? Oh, I think let's situate ourselves correctly. The world is going through very difficult times. Ghana is no exception. Nigeria is no exception. There's no country in the world that is escaping the ravages of both COVID-19 and also the impact of the Ukraine. But what you need to look at are where are the elements being put on the ground that look beyond the COVID and beyond the Russian-Ukraine war. And I think you'll find that in Ghana, the recovery program that we have is one that is considered very credible, and it is what is going to give us the opportunity to come out of this period a stronger economy. And it is that future that we're looking at when we're attracting people.
Let's talk about one of the structures that you say you've put in place, the e-levy. A lot of people are calling it a stealth tax on people who already are impoverished. It's a 1.5% tax on people who do business on their mobile phones. So they use their mobile phones to send money or to...
The digital economy, the mobile economy.
Yes, but you're taxing people on money that has already been taxed.
Is the biggest economy in the is emerging as the biggest economy in the country, and for a long period has not had any taxation at all. So it is important now that they also come into the net. Our country has one of the lowest tax to GDP ratios of any country in West Africa, and of an equivalent economy. The ECOWAS area, the general average today.
Ntino Ghana mampeni na nado dan kwa kufuado ena ho ye se wo we brofo pa edi egu ya pepe mu e wo hono ma jase wo kire mu se ehu behia pa obi anim se COVID-19 bai ha obi bia se kasema Ghana so yesu ye ka ho bi hyehyɛ ahodo wo de baya e-levy ka hono ne nyina eye kwan ya wo fa so se na bia ye se kasem e besan so egira ne nan so ebiom ye to ansem no so osoafo wo no na ehwe impetem amemo ni nkrasem putu so eyonunyam ne dan kwaku botwe wono so edi nsem bi etu twa na wotwe wieye obo ne ho modin ebepie mu ewo nkramponi mantemu bia ya ye de nwura na ye sesemu etimidi ye nyema hodo na etimeboa no wokopie mu ewo honom na abra wokopie mu processing engineer ewo sewage system Ghana Limited engineer Eric Amofa sa kodie wono so edi adesede edi etu Ghana fo nyina enem se sa wo ye nwura ye mbo ye homodin se enwura ye nsuo no yenyi infefri dia eye solid no yenyi infefri mo ma ye mfa nsuo die na afense no dia obetimi asomu die no ma ye mfa ni nyina mfa mbom ne mo yeyi mo se na be ya se dru se wo mo beye manasia etimi asia ko na enkonko how ye dachia kom bi engineer Eric Amofa ni sama wodi tujan eni.
People should know that we are not supposed to mix solid waste with liquid waste or fecal sludge. The solid waste must go to the landfill site, put into the dustbins. We shouldn't intentionally drop them into a septic tank for the trucks to dislodge and bring it to our site to process or get it out, because we are spending money to be able to get rid of all those waste. People should know that we are not supposed wo ka kire aban krachefo ni nyina ese wo mo hwe se wo mo de emra ebetimi aye adwuma netimi aboa wo na wo sori a wo mo di nwura timi gu bia ye basa be bi o mo pe bia na wo mo di nwura timi egu honom no wo mo si wo mo giro mo nan so no mo hwe se sankrofo no yesu o mo a emra ne wo mo ebetimi aye adwuma se na se
go against the law. You should also make it easier for it to be obeyed. That's why this matter of transit stations should be put in place to make it easier for these tricycles who take the waste. Also, at least if you expect them to transport this waste all the way through the motorway to the next compost site, most likely in the night they will dump it somewhere and go away. You may not get them to even to sanction them. Okay, well, I'm very confident in the program that have been put forward by the regional minister, and I'm sure that before the rain season sets in, they will make sure that the transit stations are in place, so that when people themselves and clean their frontage, the burden of sending it to the final destination, like here, does not that burden doesn't lie with the person who has cleaned his frontage. But there should be a system where the assemblies will make sure that they clear all those refuse and bring it to the final state. I'm confident it will be done. Well, the assemblies should work.
Nipa hu ni sesia yo soafo wo no ena hwe impetem amemu ena face ni crowd simple to eso ye to ansam no so dia ye kopie mu ewadan ai no won kramponi mantem hadia me no ka se nipa be mako impimie 2000 ena me no ka se wo mu ni be ya wo mu de wo mu ti ebeto sanson ena wo mu japade ni wo mu niam bi etimi asai ni nyina ene se epoasoche etimi abo ma wona wo mu ti bia ya hodo no bia ye bensa epo no etimi afo mu niam nyina ra me no ka se afa ni wo mu yi nso edi efi wo mu eden mu a wo mbenya baby etimi ada na X News etuasa nsemiso edema
ya womo adan e wo Greater Accra region ho na sesi a menemo kasai no womo eni baabi etie nam asroche ya ebo kese efa ho enam so ema enipa eni ajapade nyina eseseye eni ntino womo etoto asra ban sa animu ya no sea defense ya wo sese womo enya na esi epo asroche no ano kwan se de be ya emese niema na ense womo ajapade no aban enhwe enyema womo se de be ya bitimi abo womo kra eni womo ajapade no hu nyina ban eno achi na mrahye bedwam ni Emma Adan West Honorable Christian Otute enso etoto asre oswafo ohwe enyuma ene adansie hu nsem so Minister for Works and Housing se wosrada enipa be te se mpim minu asesie no wo muni baabi etie no wosre se wo mehwe wo mo se de be ya wo bitimi nya baabi edi wo mu tiri ato.
We are really sorry to say that almost 2,000 people from Anyamam and Akrabanya put together are really displaced by the tidal waves, and this is something which has just occurred a few months back. I think in November precisely we had this experience. I call on the Minister for Works and Housing to intervene immediately, but then until now nothing. As we speak, last night I had to come here and monitor the situation. It was really bad last night. This morning we thank God it's a bit okay, but not to say that the people are free. People have nowhere to lay their heads. And I'm still calling upon the government, precisely President Nana Addo, to continue the sea defense which has been started from Adan.
You know, Adan for and now he say a year epono. Etimi ayiro mo say de wo mo ni baabi a wo mo ebeda na mo yenya nentie se nadmofo etimi abom ho modin akwakoye mo mo a umudi mattress ni nyema hodo etimi edi akwakoma wo mo na kyese eno nso ni nsem ayede abra wo meto akase eno so dia ye kwakopie mu o mahwebedwefie mahwebedwachia me eyo nunyam ni Aban Kisford man ni Bagbin wono nso akasa de wodi atodwe nyina ene se wo kyerɛ Ghana nsentwerefo ese yenhwɛ se adwuma na ye beye no yenye adwuma ehote yenye adwuma eye ankasa a ehote na etimi aboa ma yem boy adwene mu enka story bi a enye sakwa na ete yenye story ehote na ye nka ye na wo se yaka wo se debi nsentwe adwuma no yema ehonte na woda sansem nyina edi Abraham ukopie mu o mahwebedwefie a press corp foforo kra kyese wo mo pa ho ntuma wo ba be ye adwuma o mahwebedwefie a Aban Bagbin edu wo mo esi ade so en wo de sa efoto yi ede ema wo.
It is my profound hope that you as elected executives will commit to and focus on ensuring that all members adhere to and practice professional journalism, devoid of spins, sophistries, and rabble-rousing reportage. And I assure you, if you go by this, you will be part of parliamentary delegations. Anytime there's a delegation going, one or two of you will go with that delegation. But because of lack of trust, because of the way some of you report, you come and spoil the joy of everybody. You go and start reporting on what you are there for. You might have reported on an MP holding a girl somewhere. That will not benefit Ghanaians. Because part of human nature. It's just that you have one more eat, but you must also admire nature. And that is allowed. And so if you can go by this, please, you will be all joy and you will be empowered. Bear in mind that journalism is not about making up stories with the intent of
nipa wakasa sesia mashebe chiame Agban Kisford Sumani Bagbin wono na wetimi akasa wode efuto sei edi ama we de ye na ye futo na wode ama ye no na meto akase no so na me fa nko wie ye nura da na beta odwa se ye nuanom ye ma no ye ofa senom a womu wie JHS no afei na brewa yi puma kwan mu a womu eko SHS1 na eko ba ne sa no ne ho behia sa wofo beko krom no wakokoto nyama hodo a ya kyerkyerefo a kyerɛ se womu to ansanafo metimi edi nkola no aba piem e wo school mo na wofo bi mu se ye esuku ko ehumesua ni boa ye din dodo o man pani se ye free na so enye free san se nyama hodo mbeto ansanafo wo mba na timi akoko piem e wo school mo no ni boa ye din womu any central for ekasai.
Buying what is on the prospectus, I went from the school, and I brought it here to buy the items. In fact, very high. They are costly because about a week ago, I asked the price of Ecolac, which the woman told me 150 Ghana cedis, 150 Ghana, the size I want. But today, it has increased to 2.5, which is 250 Ghana. Period of a week. And this sandals, the sandals is here. The other week, I asked of the price, and she said it's 20 cedis, but today it's 35.
Too expensive. Used to be 6 cedis, now it's 13 cedis. Cedis soda. Used to be 9 cedis, now it's 13 cedis. It's too expensive. It's not us. They also give it to us. If they give you something, you have to calculate and see how much you get. So one box, if you sell one box of a biscuit, you get 1 cedi or 2 cedis.
Me turn 12. 12 cedi by been more almost say A-level and quite me use some more. Until me turn 12 and quite ye cry. Until me show my maybe now me say oh A-level I told you don't say fabula but much and 10 and 11 amount. Obi ba here na me pese mi dada na ma ya kakra mpacho 12
nti no de course no eno no wona omuton wade ne na wona wo mu kwa akoto no wo mo na wo mo ne nsentwerefo ekasa yo bibiara etimi akire na adwe no menjira wo mu semwiswe na nwumre kasa ye de brewo sanyumre no nsia kase no ye mfa wo mfensi aseda kase confirm o se wonya bre ni adaje na wo hwe XTV nwumre no nsia kase mi aseda kase e de ma bra Michael Ata se wono so wetimi abone homodin wodi de ekoso e wabude mu nsem e de ebreye me first dan fama DJYX na face no faith wo mo enegina camera na chi e de ma me abra lonso etwa me e de two mo woni Bismarck nso e tan na chi didi producers ahodo a wo mo eboa me e ye Fafali Stephanie Hetty mama ama wo mo nyina e tan be chi didi me am de kase subre wo e ye Obapa Mavis Akosiate me da se e ma mo eni hwe